I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
Just
I'm
win,
a
baby.
player, a boss player, and if you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Cause I'm a player, boss player, and if you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider.
What is going on, Real Raiders podcast? I'm your host, Victor Freeze, and it seems like it's gonna be a week-to-week thing. Every other week. Don't expect Mariano. No, I'm just messing with you guys. Mariano's a hard-working guy, and he handles his business. So respect to my brother. I'll see you next week, my guy. So this week, riding solo dolo. I got 3 segments for y'all, like we usually do, man. I got the news and notes of the week, like we give you every week. All of the news you might have missed out throughout the week. I'm gonna do a recap of the Broncos game, and then I'm gonna go into a preview of the Philadelphia game. So I'm gonna make this short and sweet, get right into it, man. So as far as the news and notes go, we signed veteran cornerback Desmond Trufant to the team, right? And we signed DJ Fluker, but he's on the practice squad. Desmond Trufant has been a Pro Bowl cornerback in the past. He is on the older side though. It is Gus Bradley's cover 3 scheme. It's a little easier to play, as you can see, Casey Hayward is thriving in it as a veteran. But this man has been on, this is his 3rd team now this season for a reason. So I'd say don't expect too much of him, but he's just, shore up the reinforcements until Trayvon Mullen comes back. Damon Arnett don't make a difference, but And as far as DJ Fluker, this is, just we need help on the offensive line. And this guy's a mauler. He's been a starter in the league. He's more of a power guy, but definitely I think Tom Cable will get him, accustomed to. We do a lot of zone scheme in our in our running game, but I think Tom Cable could get him, acclimated. And speaking of offensive linemen, Jimmy Morrissey signed to the Texans, and that's a huge blow, man, because, a lot of talk within the organization is that he was a good center. Obviously it messes with our depth, and who knows, maybe the Texans have to revert him back to the practice squad, and then we are able to get him back onto our team, But, best of luck to Morrissey over there. And then my last note over here, we're talking about injuries. There's a bunch of guys on the injury report, but shouldn't be worried about them a lot. A lot of these guys will play. We have Waller, Ruggs, freaking Edwards, Derek Carr. But don't worry about it. They all should be good to go to play. One that you do want to take note of though is Jonathan Hankins. He was out for last game. And, he's our best run stopper. Not saying that the Eagles are the best at running the ball, but, it might help containing Jalen Hurts this week. Wouldn't be bad to have Jonathan Hankins, obviously, but, we definitely need him back to stop the run, man. But that's it. That's all the news and notes I got for you guys this week. Moving on to the Broncos recap, man. Feels good. I love doing these episodes coming off a dub, man, because coming off a loss it's a different energy, you know what I'm saying? But to be honest, this is the most complete game that we played thus far, and the score doesn't really tell the tale of the game, bro, because we was blowing them out the whole game. The Broncos weren't even in this, and a lot of those points came in garbage time, to be honest. What this game showed me is with Gruden being gone, it opened up the playbook. You've seen how creative we were getting, more motions, play actions. Like it's just a whole different game. I think Gruden kept it more conservative, more old school. Run the ball, and that shit ain't working, bro. This isn't back when he was with Tampa. This is back when he was with Rich Gannon, bro. We gotta do things. We gotta adjust, and I think Greg Olsen did a great job adjusting, and he's still using Gruden's playbook. Don't get me wrong, but he's using the parts that Gruden didn't like to touch, bro. And definitely getting Kenyon Drake involved. You know, he's an X factor. You get him a couple touches. He got 6 touches, bro, and he blew up. You know, that's not gonna happen every game, but you give him a couple touches, he's gonna make a lot of plays, bro. Excuse me. This is honestly, this is the best game that the offensive line has played cohesively, you know, since week 1, and you know that's good, and especially I don't know if Incognito's gonna come back this season. He's looking technically on week 9 is what they're saying, but if we get Incognito back, that's a huge thing, man. But I don't know, the way it's looking and the way that we're signing more players and stuff, I don't know, but on the bright side, this offensive line is trending upwards, you know, and it's a young offensive line, man, so it's understanding there's going to be some growing pains and whatever it is, but I think definitely next year we are going to see this team with the number 1 overall pick, not the number 1 overall pick, but with their first round draft pick. They're definitely, I think, going to look either a tackle or guard, you know, to boost up this offensive line. And you know, the Raiders aren't shy about spending money on free agency on the offensive line, so look for that too. And this performance that they came out with and the signings that they had this week, that shows me that they're using this whole Gruden thing as momentum, man. They're not letting their season go to waste. They're finishing what they started, and this game brought them together, and they're continuing the mission, and the mission is playoffs, and hopefully we reach it. If we play every game as complete in all 3 phases as we did this week, you know, sky's the limit. You see what we've done with teams like the Ravens. The Ravens are on fire, bro. On fire. I mean, granted they were injured and stuff, but you know, we were injured too. It's not an excuse in this league. Next man up, of course. But honestly, we play like the game like this, all 3 phases, we're gonna be in the playoffs. I'm not saying we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. We're gonna be in the playoffs. One step at a time. Slow your roll, player. And then my last segment, you know, I said I'm going through it. I said it's gonna be quick and sweet, man. I'm gonna go into the pre-game preview against the Philadelphia Eagles. So these are my takeaways. Not my takeaways. These are my matchups and things I think we have to do this game in order to win this game. I think first of all, we gotta continue to take deep shots to Ruggs. I've been saying it all season. Ruggs is averaging 4 yards a game, but this man is killing it, bro. You need to give him more opportunities. He's a playmaker. That's what we drafted him for. He's our wide receiver number 1 for a reason, bro. Like, the man can make plays. And the good thing about it is Greg Olsen is our play caller now. I see Ruggs getting more involved. You know, Ruggs is on pace to have his 1,000-yard season. And now that Greg Olsen is, I think, now that Greg Olsen is the offensive coordinator, I think he's gonna reach it, and maybe even more. You know, no sophomore slump for Ruggs. I think he takes off for the rest of the season now that things are changing. You know, this playbook is different now. Next up, I think this offensive line needs to continue the momentum from the last game and continue gelling together and put out another performance just like they did last week. You see, the offensive line doesn't have to be perfect, bro. Like, we know there's things going to happen and stuff, but you need to keep it together for the majority of the game and give Carr enough time to go through his progressions and get it to his playmakers. That's it, man. It's easy. And this game, they showed it. You know, it's way better than what they've played. You know, the Chargers and Bears game, that's a disgrace of what they put on the field, and maybe they took a lot of slack for that, and Tom Cable got in their ass and like, hey, you guys got to show out, you know, and they did. And I hope from here on out they continue with that same energy that they had this week, because that's very nice. Like I was saying earlier, you know, we got Ruggs more involved. I think that's part of Greg Olsen You got to keep on opening up the playbook. You know, that Gruden offense was so predictable, and we knew, defenses knew where it was coming. Like, and it's the same Gruden year. You know, these last 3 years, like a lot of he'll start off hot, and then teams will like get tape on him. And I think that's led to a lot of our demise and a lot of our, half the second half of the season. That's where everything goes downhill. I think Greg Olsen needs to, keep this play calling fresh, and definitely, don't limit Carr. Let him make whatever. He's great. I'm not saying, I don't want to compare him to Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning, we've seen him do it all the time. He took charge of that offense when he went up to the line of scrimmage. Omaha made his audibles and everything, bro, and he would change the play, check the play right there, and he's in the Hall of Fame, bro. And I think Derek Carr has that ability to do that. He has a great grasp of this offense, and him being able to do that, and we've seen him do it. We're good. He's able to check into the right plays. I think continue putting trust into Derek Carr and opening up that playbook more would definitely help out our offense. As far as the defensive side of the ball, there's two main things that we have to keep an eye out on this week. One is containing Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts isn't nearly the athlete that Lamar Jackson is, but don't get it wrong, he could make plays with his legs. This is going to be a key thing. Also, it's going to be a little bit tougher, like I was talking about earlier, if Jonathan Hankins is out. So keep a note on that. If we contain Jalen Hurts, though, we diminish a lot of big plays from happening. I think we got him on the run game. The Eagles have not been very dynamic in the run game. My next key factor on defense that we have to look at is the QB, cornerback rotation. So obviously we signed Desmond Trufant this week, right? We know that the cornerback position is a liability. Obviously, they didn't like Amik Robinson last week. He was having some trouble tackling. He got benched, and then had to come in due to injury. I think it was to Hayward. But they do like him. They do like how he plays on the outside. But they didn't sign Desmond Trufant for nothing. There's a reason they signed him. So I think that's one thing we do need to know. We want to see. I hope Casey Hayward is on Devonta Smith the whole game, because I think he's their most dynamic receiver. They do have Jalen Reagor. He is also like a speedster. They have some guys with potential, but they don't have like no superstars. I think Devonta Smith is their best wide receiver. And as far as that's concerned, we just need, Faison. I don't know how you say his name. Brandon Faison, the cornerback we signed the previous week. He played a decent game, but it's at a critical point because Trayvon Mullen is a huge loss for us. So we have to see these guys step up in his absence. Luckily, we have our bye week coming up, and hopefully we can get Trayvon Mullen back after the bye week. I'm not going to say Damon Arnett. We all know Damon Arnett has a long way to go. Having Casey Hayward on the team is definitely a help to him, and it's definitely going to help him learn, now that he's not thrusted. I think our season would be a whole different story if Damon Arnett was our starting cornerback, to be honest. I honestly hope we extend Casey Hayward for at least another 2 years, 1 to 2 years, to be honest, because the man's been playing outstanding. But yeah, sorry, I got a little sidetracked there, but that's the last note. Watch the cornerback rotation against their wide receivers this week. As far as the game is concerned, I think the Raiders come out 28-10. I almost called the score last week. I said 31-17, and it was almost 31-17. I'm gonna say 28-10 this week. I think we get the dub. Key factor containing Jalen Hurts and our QB rotation. I see cornerback rotation. Main factors right there. But yeah, that's it. Quick and sweet, like I sweat. Oh my God. Quick and sweet, like I said, Raider Nation. I appreciate all you guys rocking with me. Man, I love making videos for this channel. I would love to keep it going till the end of time, man. But what I need from you guys is, if you like the video, make sure you leave it a like. If you love the content, if you're here multiple times, subscribe, please. It does us a huge favor. And, spread the word. That's all I can ask for you. Anyways, I appreciate everyone that's been here, everyone that's thrown a like, everyone that's commented, Appreciate you, Raider Nation. This is the Real Rich Podcast, and I'm out of here.